Hi, my name is David P. Shapiro. I'm the owner and managing partner of the law office of David P. Shapiro, located in San Diego, California, where my firm helps good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. This video, I want to provide some tips and some things you should be looking for when differentiating between law firms, and particularly law firms when you're looking to hire a criminal defense law firm to represent you or a loved one with their ongoing criminal case, particularly as it relates to a criminal case in San Diego County. And what I want to focus this video on today is talking about, how you really should decide or what things you should be looking for when you may have your focus narrowed down between two or three law firms, right? And one thing, obviously, you put a firm side by side, and a couple of things you want to be compare law firms that a lot of people do, and I think it's a mistake. It's certainly a factor, but it shouldn't be the factor. It should not be the primary factor. Is how much does this firm charge, right? What is the cost? Whereas the focus should be what is the value. So let's look at an example. Let's say, for an example, you have it down to three firms. And for the same case, one firm is charging you $5,000, one firm's charging for a case. Okay, well, just because one firm is charging $5 doesn't necessarily mean that's the firm you should go with because they're the least expensive or the cheapest. And admittedly, just because they're charging the most, right? So where your focus should be then is what is the value we're getting? What is the value that firm is providing for the cost? And what differentiators does that firm have from the other firm who may be charging less? And you notice I keep using the word firm, law firm, implying more than a solo practitioner, more than one attorney and maybe a part-time assistant. And trust me, I have been when I started the firm, it was me and a part-time assistant. But I could tell you that in 2022, with 4 attorneys now, with 3 assistants now, continuing to grow, continuing to add people to our team, this firm, whether I'm handling your case or one of our other attorneys are handling your case, is far better equipped to handle your case at the highest of levels than it was in 2010, than it was in 2011, than it was in 2012, when we were not a fully functional law firm. That's the value. Attorney, I'm in court, it doesn't go to, no one answers. It doesn't go to a voicemail and no one gets back to you, or I get back to you 3 days later when I have the time. You have a team that's aware of what's going on in your case, that can answer many of your questions. The assistants, the non-legal questions, can answer it for you, usually within a couple of hours. And to know that you have a firm with a small number of firms in San Diego of our size or greater that actually roundtable their cases, that talk about cases, that support each other. It's not just a bunch of 6 or 5 or 7 attorneys that really don't talk about their cases, that really don't have each other's back, that really doesn't talk about who's going to be where, who's doing what can we do to help. That's an efficiency thing internally, but it's also a value to the potential client. So you want to look at the size of the firm. You want to look at how well they interact. You want to look at the experience of the firm, but in volume of experience, in quality of experience. Again, you could have an attorney 15 years into it that has more experience than attorneys that are literally twice their age, that are 75, 80 years old, they've been doing it forever. Experience pales in comparison. You could have an attorney that has 5 years of experience that's had more violent felony attorneys who've been doing it. They've been a criminal defense lawyer when they haven't had. So that's another factor. You want to look at and the quality of reputation. And the quality of reputation, the quality of representation you will have. And then you start seeing that difference between 5,000 and 8,500 a lot of times should be a noticeable difference. A noticeable difference in that law firm's reputation, noticeable difference in that law firm's experience, a noticeable difference in how that law firm presents itself, both internally and externally to the community. What type of work are they doing? Do they just do their job and go home, or are they involved in the community? Why is that important? Well, you want people right? That do good work. You want people that believe in the cause, that are not just doing this job for a paycheck. You want people that dedicate their career to helping good people regain control of their future when charged with the crime. And then you start seeing again that difference, $1,500. Wow, but I know that I'm going to do much better with this firm that's charging $700 or $8,500 than a firm that's $500. And then you spread that out over the course of your lifetime or the course of the case, and you're telling me that $1,500 or that $2,500 difference would make a world of a difference in your life? That's not worth it? Of course it is. Of course it is. If someone told you that you could guarantee that you have peace of mind, that you have the right team behind you, a lot of people wouldn't even put a price on that because it'd be too high. So think about that when you're talking about, just don't look at what someone's charging. Look at the value. Look at the value of the calls you've had with that firm. Look at the value of what that firm provides to the community. Look at all of those things, because in many ways that is a preview of what you will get when you become their client. That is a preview of how you'll be handled when you become their client. And it'll be leaps and bounds, if they're doing their job, more than the cut rate bargain firm. Than the firm that's going to say, well, we normally charge 10, but we're going to give you a 40% discount today because it's the third Thursday of the week, of the month. Why? Don't fall for that stuff. So keep all these things in mind. Listen, I hope that you find some value in this video, and I hope it helps you land with a great criminal defense law firm, whether it's mine or anyone else's, the small number of quality criminal defense law firms in San Diego County that are out there. So again, hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions about your criminal defense case of a loved one in San Diego, feel free to give my firm a call. 3555. Again, David Shapiro, San Diego criminal lawyer, 619-295-3555.